Hey, what's up, guys? It is Chloe and Rose, and today we're going to be reacting to female predators and their horny simps. I think this one's going to be a pretty interesting one. I hope you guys like the new avatars, by the way. Um,
Happy holidays!
use that as well. We will be probably releasing 2 videos, and that will be it for the rest of the year. We will be back in the next year, obviously. Um, There is a small chance that I may record 1 or 2 unedited videos for my own channel. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
Probably will be gaming related, like most of my other videos, but maybe.
coin holiday special.
Ooh.
If you do a New Year's video, I can edit it when I come back from my trip.
Um, I mean, that's entirely possible. I mean, I think I might get home sooner than you do. Maybe? I don't remember. I think I get home sooner than you do. Because I think I will be home for New Year's. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely be home at that point. Um,
Yeah, me too.
but yeah, um, let's get into it, y'all.
About 3 years ago, I made a video called The Creepy Female Teacher Epidemic. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever made
We will also be reacting to that one at some point.
about the bizarre double standard when it comes to female predators. And for a little while, I thought the internet slowed down on that. Whenever an article came out about a woman preying on a boy, the comments were full of people from all different political spectrums and all across the world condemning it. I even saw some news articles correctly calling it out for what it is. And I really thought we were finally moving away from this. I thought we finally moved past the creepy female predator double standard. Glamorous heiress, 45, charged with having sex with 14-year-old boy 4 times in one day. I regret to inform you, the journalists are at it again. So let's just get...
But yeah, that is not, it is not having sex, it is called rape. Raw.
Statutory rape.
That doesn't make it any better, it's still rape.
No, it makes it so much worse.
Yeah, it's still rape at the end of the day.
Get this out of the way. She's hot, okay? She's a cougar, yes. But if I had an underage son and a 45-year-old woman touched him, they would have to identify the body using a cotton swab. So let's break down this article, shall we? This godforsaken article, which by the way isn't even the worst part of this video. Wait until we get to the comments. An Australian horse heiress is saddled with charges after being accused of having sex with a 14-year-old boy 4 times in a single day. The glamorous
what the fuck
mother
is a
of
horse
2.
heiress?
Essentially the idea is that someone that I think it's like inherited a lot of horses, essentially. Or like, hang on, I should look up the actual definition instead of just talking bullshit. Hang on a second.
Is it like race horses, like on Peaky
Probably something like
Blinders, where
that.
they did bets and got rich? Horse heiress.
A
I'm gonna
woman
do my
who
best to check in my
inherits
boobs.
or has a right of inheritance, especially a woman who has inherited or will inherit a considerable wealth. Oh, that's not. It's just the word
So it's got.
heiress. It's doing the word heiress for some reason, even though I typed horse heiress. I'm assuming it's just a woman who's inherited a bunch of horses by the, basically the definition of heiress is, like someone who's
Yeah.
inheriting incredible wealth, basically.
Why the f do they keep calling her glamorous? Why that adjective? Literally glamorizing pedophilia. Imagine an article coming out about Jeffrey Epstein, like, charismatic philanthropist, 52, charged with making love to 14-year-old girl 4 times in one day. You
I
shouldn't
can't,
have to switch
I can't
genders.
take that picture of Epstein seriously. So goofy looking. God, that dude was a fucking freak.
To see how f***ed up this is, But alas, who is the daughter of famed Aussie horse breeder Ross Daisley, strongly denies the accusations and intends to plead not guilty. Cops claim an unbridled Daisley molested the minor 4 times before 5 p.m. on May 20th last year. It's unclear whether the pair were known to each other prior to the alleged acts.
Well,
Daisley's
obviously they knew each other
cried
beforehand.
nay.
Why do they keep making
However,
horse puns?
You know
Daniel
exactly
Richardson
why,
claims
because they're
evidence
trying to make it
straight from a
lighthearted.
horse's mouth exists. Get it? Horses! Because her dad's a horse breeder. Haha, it's funny, because she raped a kid. A recording reveals Daisley said, "I thought you were going to call the police on me. I thought we had placed this in a little box and thrown it deep in the sea." Daisley is a trained naturopath who founded the business Smart Cleanse, which offers 14-day detox plans. The company website reads, "Over a number of years, Savannah has helped tens of thousands of people detoxify their bodies, lose weight, heal their digestion, improve strength and fitness."
Alright, I'm gonna put it to you this way. I am 99.9% sure anybody who talks about this kind of shit is just scamming you. I'm gonna be real. Like,
I agree.
it's kind of like the like fortune teller people. It's like they don't know what they're talking about. They're just trying to make money off of you. Like, never take any of those kind of things seriously. I mean, sure, if you want to do it for fun and waste your money, that's cool and all. Do that if you want. But don't do any of this kind of stuff and expect an actual outcome.
Isn't detox just basically like eating a shit ton of fruits, having really bad diarrhea, and then exclaiming, "My body is clean"?
Honestly, I mean, probably not the exact definition, but might as well be, to be honest. But like,
I like my pickles. I'd rather just eat sweet pickles all the time. Does that say reverse the aging process?
yeah, that's also another thing where I'm like, this is just bullshit straight up. Because nothing reverses the aging process. There is nothing proven to reverse aging.
You
It's
can
not.
reverse the way you look,
Yeah,
kind
you
of,
can.
with like wrinkle cream and
Yeah,
Botox,
yeah,
but
you
you
can
can't really
look.
make yourself
Yeah, you
younger.
can look somewhat younger, but you can't make yourself younger. Your body is always going to be the same age it is. Like, you can't
Yeah.
change, like, your biology. Eventually, you're gonna get old, you're gonna die. It's just a fact of life. Eventually everyone will die. It's something that we're all afraid of. It's something that we all don't want to happen, but eventually it's gonna happen. Like, your your days are always numbered as much as you wouldn't like them to be, you know.
I died.
Yeah, basically.
Ugh.
uh,
Ugh.
you know, for all you know, you could live for like the next like 80 years, but for all you know, you could die tomorrow, you know.
That's true.
For all you know, you could be in the process of dying before watching this video. That would be fucked up.
Conspiracy theory?
That'd be fucked up. Dang. I'm trying to imagine. Imagine your last act is to watch one of our videos. That'd be so sad.
Oh my god. Go get like some really, really hot model to ride you before you die.
Where did that come
Don't watch
from?
our videos. Go fuck. Go
Where
fuck.
did that come from?
I wouldn't
Oh
want to
my
watch
god.
YouTube before I die. I want to be like laying on my deathbed, like post orgasm, just like that felt amazing.
Alright.
Eliminate stress,
Okay.
reverse the aging process. Yeah, I'm sure she'd love that. Overcome various adverse health conditions through the benefits of detoxification and is passionate about doing so. Is this just an ad? Did I just read an ad? Is there a fucking ad for her company here? Am I reading an ad? Did she like sleep with this journalist? What is going on? Oh no, he's a full grown-ass man, never mind. This is who wrote this, by the way, this motherfucker, Andrew Court, who also wrote an article about how to please a hot MILF teacher. The author's barely disguised fetish. The language the New York Post uses here is probably the worst example of this I've ever seen. But if you can believe it, it is nothing compared to the comments. Good for him, good for him. Glamorous, lucky boy, lucky kid.
Oh,
we, the jury,
Jesus.
find the defendant not guilty. Where were these women when I was 14? Where was
I hate these comments specifically. It's like, oh, where was she when I was such and such age? You
Oh,
really don't
God.
want that kind of experience. You know, I can say that from personal experience. You know, I was 12. It's not a fun experience being used that way. You know, I want to say to them, it's kind of like they think that, you know, there's green grass over there, but in reality, the grass is dead. It's just propped up and looks green. I don't know. I don't really know how exactly to explain what I'm thinking on this comment, to be honest. They
It's like you're a napkin that gets used, left on the table, thrown away, and then burned, and then made into a box to be full of shit, and then used,
yeah,
and then thrown away, and then burned,
pretty
and
much.
then made into something else. You know?
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty accurate in all honesty.
she when I was 14? I believe it's called statutory. I call it lucky. The word is rape. You can't rape the willing. Minors can't consent.
Yes, you can
Oh,
the
gee.
willing because it is, you know, statutory. Like at that point, you know, they were a child. You like push them into it because they don't know any better. I really
They
didn't
weren't
know any
even old
better.
enough to drive.
Yeah, I I mean, you know, like you're not old enough to know any better.
Cool.
Anyway,
But was he unwilling? What? The word is rape. Not if her partner consented. It's a child. They can't consent. That's like
exactly.
the whole thing. Let's just assume the boy was willing. It's not rape if he enjoyed it. What the fuck? But did he die? No. So who cares? Did the boy complain? That 14-year-old didn't complain about it, I guarantee. His parents did. Yeah, good parents then. I
Yeah,
would be a little
good
concerned
parent.
if an adult was touching my child too. What? He probably wanted it. He told her he identifies as a 47-year-old man, so it wasn't her fault.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Men can consent. When a boy becomes a man could be anywhere from 12 to 35? It doesn't even work to switch the genders on these people
Yeah, I don't
because
know
then
where
they
they
just go,
got
oh,
that
well,
from.
boys and girls are different. Note that if this was a 14-year-old girl and a man, no one would be congratulating him. Girls and boys are different. Boys and girls are not the same. Men and women are different. Boys and girls are not traumatized by the same thing.
Yeah, we
Flipping
are.
genders is silly because boys and girls are different. Shocking.
We can get traumatized by the exact same things. We just handle it differently.
Yeah.
It is really all that it is. You handle it differently. Some people suppress, like most guys suppress it, and we just never think about it again and hope that it goes away. And sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes that bottle overflows and just explodes.
Sometimes you need therapy.
Yes, that too. Sometimes you do actually need to talk about it. Sometimes it won't go away until you talk about it. It's like getting a scar. It won't go away on its own. You know, you have to actually work to get rid of it. You know.
I know. Girls will be traumatized and boys will be in heaven. Also, that's not even true. There's so many examples of men having serious relationship issues, love issues, sex issues growing up after they get molested by adults. Because boys and girls are different. Don't tell the libs. They think boys are girls and girls are boys. They also think XX people can do XY jobs. What the fuck? Libs owned. The liberals are outraged about this thread. Keep in mind, these are the same people disgusted are also fighting for pedophilia to be normalized? That's you right now! Yes, there is a problem with leftists wanting to, like, destigmatize pedophilia, and there's all these people who co-opt progressive language to push it. Yes, I've made, like, 70 million videos about this, but right now, you are the one doing that. Let's compromise. Boys can consent, but girls can't. You're just virtue signaling right now and can't comprehend because you're a woman that boys and girls have different levels of vulnerability at that age. There's such thing as different genders. Young men and young girls are different sexually. I love the young men and young girls because he knows typing young boys makes it obvious how fucking creepy this shit is. You're just saying this because you want Patreon donations from all the woke libs who pretend little boys don't get horny and are not different from little girls. This is virtue signaling. What a great advertisement. If you don't support pedophilia, donate to my Patreon. No, seriously, this video is probably demonetized, so please do if you can. Link in the description. Listen, when Pirates of the Caribbean came out, I was 14 years old and Johnny Depp was like in his 40s and I thought he was hot. Girls get crushes on men all the time.
Yeah, and guys get crushes on older... well, not guys. Boys get crushes on older women all the time. I think... What was my celebrity crush when I was a kid?
Ryan Reynolds.
No.
Come on, everyone loves Ryan Reynolds.
Well, like, he wasn't really, like, big until after I was an adult, though. When I was a kid, I used to look at, people who were also, funnily enough, my age, generally speaking.
Jensen Ackles.
No, I usually looked at, Emma Watson. That was one.
Oh, she was so pretty.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Especially when I was a kid and she was, close to my age, I was like, damn, she's fucking hot as fuck.
Sabrina Carpenter.
There's also, I don't remember what Ginny's name is, but, Ginny Weasley from Harry Potter also was, a girl that I liked,
So adorable.
Redheads and all that. I don't think I can think of any, like, women. I did, like, also like Johnny Depp. That was another thing. Just simply because
anyone who played in Supernatural.
I liked him because of Pirates of the Caribbean. I liked the pirate shows back then.
Celebrities, pop stars, YouTubers, teachers. There are girls who would also want it. That doesn't make it okay. And then Lydia from Timcast chimes in, I've been yelling about this for so long. That's because you're a woman. There are radically different standards for male behavior and female behavior. What harms girls does not harm boys. Okay, what if the groomer in question was a man? What if this young boy was attracted to this older man, which happens, and the boy wanted it. Oh, what changed? Suddenly little boys aren't men and can't consent? Just admit you're a f***ing groomer projecting your sexual fantasies onto literal child victims. Some kids can consent. What? Is this f***ing you, sir? Talking about NAMBLA, the Man-Boy Love Association? What is the difference between you and NAMBLA? Both of you think little boys can consent. I'm starting to notice a pattern here. Jimmy on a beat.
Okay, groomer. Whatever you say, groomer. Okay, groomer. Whatever you say, groomer. Okay, groomer. Whatever you say, groomer. Okay, groomer.
I've seen people being called groomers just for, like, having a gay flag in their Twitter bio. And I gotta say, not a fan of this whole watering down the term groomer. Not a fan of watering down terms like that. Never have been. I've been screaming for years how bad it is to water down terms like Nazi and fascist. Same exact energy. Especially right now with organizations like Prostasia popping up. Prostasia, which, if you've seen my video on it, is a tax-exempted pedophile club. We don't really want to create a boy who cried wolf situation here, because, like, I'm called a Nazi every single day. It gets to the point where, like, someone tells you someone's a Nazi and you're like, Is he a Nazi or is he like a Nazi? Not normal, not good. It's why so many people winded up accidentally defending Richard Spencer back in the day, because everyone and their mom was being called a Nazi. So when a real Nazi enters the scene, everyone's like, he's probably just kind of edgy online, like all of us. Now imagine that happening to the term groomer. Like, I don't know how these people are throwing around the term groomer at things like Lego using a rainbow flag, and then straight up supporting statutory rape. Like, make it make sense. So here are some comments from the article itself. These are just... She did what with how old? Kid must have been hung like a horse. Oh god. So she enjoys eggplant. Don't make her a bad gal. Where were these women when I was 14? To be honest, I was a bit immature at 14, but at 16 I began coming of age and really hitting my stride. I would have been all 7 inches in. Why? Why?
Ew.
She's...
I doubt the dude actually has a cock that big with an attitude like that.
Tiny little micro penis.
Mm-hmm. And I don't like to make fun
Honestly.
of dude sizes because it's not cool. But at the same time, support pedophilia or you are a pedophile, I'm gonna call you a micro dick. I don't care.
I agree.
Been a bad girl
Like a little,
and
it's a
needs
little
spanking.
non-existent
I
nub.
would have blown several loads into every orifice of her hot smoking body. Some of these comments, I swear, were written with one hand. Oh yeah, she needs a good spanking.
I can do. The funny thing is I can actually do the cheek thing. Hang on a second.
Oh god.
Relentlessly horny online. Like, unapologetically horny. Like, they'll post the most depraved shit just out in the open with their full name and, like, a picture of them and their family and their Facebook profile photo. Zero shame. Like, they almost have my respect. The judge is obviously a progressive who doesn't have a clue. Why do they gotta make it about politics? Why is it the libs and the progressives and the Well, the Democratic men are too busy having their nails done to service their crazy old ladies. Do you smell toast? Does anyone else smell toast? Can't the willing. Unfortunately, you can. Statutory should not apply when the kid is a boy. Lucky kid should have kept his mouth shut. What's wrong with these Nancy boy kids these days? They don't know a good thing when they got it and are too dumb to keep their mouths shut. That kid should have been proud and shut his mouth.
Jesus.
Where were chicks like this when I was 14? Why can't some guys keep their mouths shut? Can't believe the ungrateful kids snitch. These young boys these days are soft. I was sexually active like a rabbit at 14. My lips would have been sealed. He probably told a friend who told a friend who told a friend. Kids really need to learn to shut up. If it's true that the kid did have sex with her, let this be a lesson to those thinking about having sex with someone under 18. Ah, finally, somebody normal. Yes, let this be a lesson. Don't do it. Especially when you are boozed up. Teenagers don't know how to keep a secret. Oh. So it's not don't be a groomer because it's bad. It's don't be a groomer because kids will snitch. If you're like me and you're concerned with the growing normalization of pedophilia, you have to realize this type of coomer journalism is part of that. There was recently another article about a female predator. Texas teacher Helen Page accused of student romance. Student romance. That's what it's called now. And I love how they actually have a mugshot here for once because she's not hot. But like USA Today recently published an article about how pedophilia is misunderstood and cited one of Prostasia's favorite doctors, Dr. James Cantor, the same James Cantor who said that he wants to add the P in the LGBT. Great sources, USA Today. So maybe now is not the time to repeat map talking points, like maybe the boy wanted it and some kids can consent. Now, just to be perfectly clear, I do not think the people saying this are all literal pedophiles themselves. I know they're just putting themselves in the kids' shoes when they were that age and thinking of all the teachers and the older women they had a crush on. But by saying things like this, you are pushing the rhetoric that kids can consent. And that's dangerous. That is part of the normalization. So that's the end of the...
Yeah, because it's like, I understand being like a complete like brain rot gooner, but at the same time is not like, you can't just say these things and expect no one to call you out on it. Yeah, like it's bad. Like there's no if, ands, or buts about it. It's bad. No matter like what fantasy you have, you can't just like go saying, "Oh, he must have wanted it." Like you can't just go saying that.
It's horrible.
But yeah, that's the end of this one, I believe. I hope you guys
Happy
didn't. Yes,
holidays.
happy holidays. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.